What up? We are in the building. This is a special edition All Access Network podcast. We are excited to have Wade Mason in the building. Wade, what up, man?
Man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, excited to do this, man. So we got the Final Four coming. Everybody knows it. The buzz outside of the games is the event that's going down. So before we get to the event, the last time me and you did one of these, man, we had a lot to talk about. You had just overcome a cancer battle with stage 4 cancer. You had just beaten Duke, and yeah, we had a lot to talk about. So that's the last time that we sat down on one of these. So we circling back, man. How has it been since then?
Man, it's been a long journey, man. I never forget. Well, my very first surgery. It's the last time. Well, not the last time I saw you, but of course that's a memory that I'll never forget. June. I don't remember the exact date, but June 2019, man.
Yep.
I wake up from surgery and I'm on the right in the bed, and I was in so much pain. I wake up. You have the little pump where you pump every time you're in pain. I wore that pump out, but I remember waking up, man, looking for the pump, and you sitting on the left in the extra bed in the room. Man. I never forget that. But yeah, that was June 2019, man. That forever go a long way with me. That you actually took out time to come see me in the hospital. That was crazy. But yeah, man, June 2000.
I'll jump in real quick. I was in the trenches with you on that, in the hospital with you for really most of that day. And at that time, the adventure people don't know about cancer. At that time, you were good, and you found out later. So take us through that journey and just overcoming that real quick.
Man, I actually went to the doctor and I never forget, man. It was May, the end of May, because my daughter was graduating high school in Atlanta, and I was in the gym just playing with my son, man. I never forget shooting around, playing around with him, and dude can't shoot, man, so he missed the shot. And, I'm out there like Dennis Rodman, man. I run and get a rebound. And I couldn't catch my breath, man. So I didn't know, what was going on. It was a different feeling. And I know I eat bad. I eat Popeye's chicken every day, and I eat bad, man. And I always attribute everything to that. I'm like, man, I gotta start eating right. I can't catch my breath, but it was a different feeling.
Yeah.
And man, I actually went and called my doctor that day, and told him I wanted to come and take a physical, and he told me that Jeremy Cox had called and he was going. I was like, I got to go before Coach Cox. I got to go before him. So I actually went that next morning, man, and it went from blood work to being anemic to colonoscopy to waking up, man, with a room full of people telling me I had cancer, man, liver. No, I take that back. It was colon at the time. Colon.
Yep.
I wake up, and Cox is on the left. Coach Keller's right here, the doctors, and Coach Cox couldn't look at me. I'll never forget. He couldn't make eye contact, man. He was holding back the tears, and Keller just blurted it out like, "Wait, I got something to tell you. You got cancer." I'm like, "Nah, man." But that's when everything. It was a whirlwind, man. So from my daughter graduation in May, to finding out I had cancer in June, to having surgery, to them telling me I was good. In my mind, I'm thinking, all right, I'm cool, man. I got to lay down a little while. To the wound heal up, rehab a little bit, then I'll be back. And then again, man, I'm on the court with my son again. July 7th. Yep. This dude's janky, man. He might be bad luck. July 7th, man, I'm on the court with him again. And our secretary come running down the tunnel and told me that the doctor was calling looking for me. Called the doctor back. He's like, I need you to come to the hospital ASAP. Come by yourself. So Coach Kyle Keller didn't want me to go with myself. He was like, nah, you're not going by yourself. So, man, my son stayed and was in the gym playing with the guys or whatever. I go to the hospital. Me and Coach Keller, man, we walk in, and Doc hit me with the news that I had, that they thought they got it all, but it had spread to my liver, and it was stage 4. So now I'm thinking, like, hold on, man. Y'all told me y'all got it all. I'm thinking I'm back, and now you're telling me stage 4? And of course, man, I'm ignorant to it. I don't know.
Right.
It never affected anybody in my family. You think it's stage 4, that's it, So,
right.
Man, with the whole process of trying to get me in the hospital, At the time, MD Anderson wasn't accepting nobody. It was about 15 days before I was able to get in, and took off, man. It went from chemo to another cancer, chemo to another surgery, 6 rounds of chemo, surgery, a final 6 rounds of chemo, and I was blessed, man, to be able to ring the bell April 19th, 2020. April 19th, 2020. And the next week is when Oklahoma City played Utah Jazz. I never forget, man. I was still in chemo mode, in and out of rest, in and out of sleep. And I never forget they stopped the game.
Yep.
And that's for the whole COVID deal. And I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me. I rang the bell last week.
Right.
Now COVID shuts down the whole world. My immune system is beat up because I had been on chemo. I can't come out of my house. So now I'm in the house for a whole month. It was bad. It was bad. But I look back on it, man, and I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. I'm glad I was able to overcome that. But it made me look at life differently. It made me cherish every minute, every day. You never know how strong you are until you put in a position to where you gotta, fight for your life and show how strong you really are. So
absolutely,
I'm thankful for it.
Yeah, no doubt. You're a warrior and an inspiration to a large amount of us in college basketball. Naturally, I'm friends of yours. I was in the trenches with you, but man, you touched a lot of people, man, and just to see, your resilience, your fight was amazing. In that same year, you beat number 1 Duke and had 28 wins, and you were actually on the sideline instead of just sitting out. And I know that kept you going. So from there, you now go to Power 5. You get to experience that. You work for Tom Crean. You get the SEC life. What was that experience like? Take us through that real quick before we talk about the event.
That was good, man. Tom Crean's amazing. The dude's a scientist, man. Just the way he looks at the game, the way he studies the game. And I work for Kyle Keller. Like, this dude, he's one of my best friends, and I thought Keller was a hard worker. Didn't leave no stones unturned. Crean is Keller times 10. And his mind is. I'm telling you, man. I would be in practice all the time, and I would be saying to myself, like, this dude should be in college. Like, he should be in NBA. I mean, just the way he manipulates the defense and just teach concepts, and he's good, man. I learned a lot from him, but Coach Crean was the best. It was good being around him. Steve McClain is one of the best I've ever been around. He keeps things real simple, but it all makes sense. John Linehan is a dude that'll be in my wedding. He's just solid to earth, great person. So it was good, man. It was good. I wish I could have made that move earlier, but it was good, man. My 9 months there was good. Learned a lot. Again, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, no doubt. So we got the big event, man. The buzz of the week, the buzz of the town, New Orleans, back in your home. Talk about this event, man. Obviously, you're hosting with family members, with your cousin and somebody really important in the city. Talk a little bit about how that part came about, like being able to host it with your family, and what made you kind of come up with this idea to do this event.
Man, when I was first, it probably about 5 years ago now, when they first, they announced where the Final Four is going to be in the future.
Yep.
I remember they put it out, man, and I told Desmond Heyman, who was at Louisiana Tech, he's at Tulsa now. Congrats to my boy, man. Dez and our ops guy, Stephen F. Austin, Chris Keith. I told both, I never forget. I was like, yo, man, like, the Final Four is going to be in New Orleans in 22. I have to do something for the city.
Right.
And, those first 2 dudes I told, man, and kind of, I told them, but I really wasn't serious about it. Didn't want to put no effort into it, whatever. So, of course, the years go by. And me, again, being diagnosed with cancer, man, was like, it clicked.
Yep.
Like, okay, everybody wanted to do something. Everybody wanted to party, but now is the opportunity to actually, party with a purpose. You know what I mean? Like there's a meaning behind this.
Yep.
And I wanted to do it. My daughter has sickle cell, so I was like, you know what? Let me do it in honor of her. Because sickle cell is something that we don't talk about.
Right.
Versus leukemia, cancer, we don't talk about sickle cell. And of course, she didn't want to do it. She shot that down. She don't ever feel like she's a charity case and whatever with her, man. She runs my life. She controls my life. So she said don't do it, didn't do it. So again, I want to do it, and with a meaning behind it.
Right.
And it's was that great opportunity, man. I was like, you know what? Let me do it. There's never enough research. There's never enough knowledge. And at the end of the day, man, it's affected a lot of people, family, households. And nothing's enough. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Let me do my part. Let me do my part because somebody else's research saved my life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm not that smart, but and I'm not rich. So whatever I can do, whether it's $1, whether it's explaining my story to somebody to help them, that's what I'm called to do. Because if I wasn't, I don't think God would have spared my life.
No doubt. And we'll continue to say this throughout, but the proceeds go to cancer research. So I think that's the important part for people to know. So many times, and I get it, we all so used to it, like, yo, can I get a ticket? Yo, can I get a ticket? And I know you're getting blown up by that. But at the same time, it's literally $20 for the early bird ticket. $25 for a ticket if it's after early bird. So at the end of the day, we're talking about $20, $25 that goes to a great cause. So whether you got a ticket, don't have a ticket, like you can stop blowing his phone up and stop trying to get him off the street and just donate to a good cause because it helps other people that may, be in this same situation. So I wanted to make sure I say that. But so Robert Pack is going to be with you. Your family will be there. What can people expect from this event? There's different parties that happen, and obviously you're partnering with the Pumps. So what can people expect from this New Orleans final cause for cancer event?
Man, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. My whole deal is I just want everybody to have fun. I want everybody to have a good time, man. I want everybody to leave there and want to do it again. I don't want to do it again. I've never quit nothing in my life, but planning a party and being a part of planning a party, man, I've thought about quitting this so many times. Just the phone is constantly ringing. Everybody involved wants you to approve this, approve that. I don't want to approve nothing. Like, let's just roll. But again, man, it's going to a great cause. It's going to be a lot of fun. New Orleans DJs, 2 DJs, elite venue, and good people, man. I want everybody to have good, clean fun.
No doubt.
To start the weekend.
No doubt. And New Orleans is a city that never sleeps now. So it ain't like one of these things where it's gonna be shut down early. Like this thing's gonna be it's gonna be rocking through most of the night. So even if you get there at 9, you're still gonna be there for probably quite some time and have a good time, man.
Yeah, some guys that better drink Monster, Red Bull, whatever they drink, because there is no in New Orleans there is no last call. Nobody's gonna walk around and wait for you to give them the cup. The light's not gonna come on. If you're the last one in there with the DJ, you'll be the last one in there with the DJ. So, man, I'll be ducked off, man, in the corner. My mom will be there, so I got to be on my best behavior, man. And hopefully around 9:30, 10 o'clock, she start yawning, and I can walk her to a car, and then I can come back and turn up with everybody else.
No doubt, man. Shout out to Wade's mom. I got to meet her that day in the hospital, man. What a special spirit, and I'm excited to be able to hang out with her a little bit, man. That's gonna be fun. Last time I saw her, it wasn't so happy, so I'm glad I'm much happier. Tell us this real quick, Wade. I know we talked about this, and again, we talk frequently, but you just went back to the doctor last week to do your checkup, and we got to celebrate again that you're cancer free yet again. So what's that part of the journey like? Because I think people kind of think like, oh, cancer's gone, but it's a journey.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. You wouldn't believe how many.
Congratulations again for this
appreciate
celebration.
It, man.
Yeah,
appreciate it. God is good, man. You wouldn't believe how many of my former teammates, Kerry Kittles hit me, but my former teammates and former coaches, Rodney Billups hit me checking on me. Just so many people, man. And there's a lot of my boys and former coaches get mad because I don't call them and tell them the news and family members. But it's like it's like a whirlwind, man.
Right.
You go back and you do the CT scan and you do all the tests, and then you have to sit around for 24 hours and wait for your results. And of course, that's a sleepless night, man. I mean, it's your mind's racing. I've been there before. I started out 0 for 2 with CT scans. So having a scan the next day telling me I got cancer, then doing it again. So I'm always apprehensive, when I do it, man. So it's just a matter of you going down, doing the CT scan, doing all the tests, doing all the blood work, then the next day going back in and sitting down with the doctor again, and then telling you, yeah or nay. So a lot of people don't understand that part, but imagine that, man. You sitting there and at the end of the day, your fate, is in God's hand and it's God's plan, but that news is being delivered to you by man. You know what I mean? So you got to sit there and, I don't know what I would do if he tell me it came back. It came back. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful, man. Every 6 months, you know what I mean, for 5 years. So I'm almost close to that 5-year mark, man. Got to keep on trucking. But it's a relief for not only me, but all my loved ones, all my friends. My phone's blowing up. There's more people calling me about that than the party. And everybody want to know why you didn't tell me this and that. Hey, man, look, no news is good news. You know what I mean? So, but again, man, yeah, I appreciate that. I went last week, got that out the way, checked that box. So move on to the next thing.
No doubt. So talking about the next thing, the New Orleans, you're going back home. You know what I mean? You are home. So what is it like hosting this event and kind of just seeing the full circle of your career to this point? There's more to come, but what's it like being able to come back home and have a Final Four party in your own city, a place where you grew up?
Man, it's you know what? I didn't know. I'm not a Hollywood dude. Like I'm not a front street type dude. I don't, I like to hang in the background and get ghosted. Like my friends, they hate going out with me because they know I'll leave early. Like I'm that type dude. So for this to be at the forefront and blowing up like this, it was something I didn't expect. I was just trying to do something, man, and have a good time and raise a little money and keep it moving. But this thing is kind of taking on a life of its own. It's like, it's crazy, man. You got the mayor involved. You got the city councilman involved. The police chief called me yesterday. It's like, wow, what happened? They want to give me the key to the city. Man, I don't need the key to the city. I don't want all of that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about me. Somebody did this for me. Somebody, I don't know who it was. I don't know how many years ago, but somebody did this for me. And I'm the one that have to walk through those hallways in MD Anderson, and I'm feeling guilty because you got people that looking at me, and I look like I still can play. Like I can't, but I'm all right. I got a gut, but I'm in shape, whatever.
Do a little
so
something.
People looking at me, yeah, I can do something, man. I might can run one suicide. So, but those people looking at me like, what he doing here? This dude, athletic build, you know what I mean? And he's in here with us. You see people in wheelchairs, people with no hair, little kids, little babies. You know what I mean? So every time I go, man, I feel guilty. Like, man, you got people in there who not fortunate enough to come home like me. You got people who going straight to you got people who going to hospice and all of that kind of stuff, man. So, it's something that's on my heart to do, man. I want to make sure I put my best foot forward and everybody have a good time. But it's been overwhelming, man. It has been. The phone calls, the calls I got to return, the text messages, people asking for passes. Of course, I want to let everybody in. I want to let the whole world in.
Right.
But, I'm not rich. Man. I'm a food stamp dude. You know what I mean? So I can't afford to let everybody in. Much as I want to. I want to give everybody passes, but I can't, man. So, that's been hard telling people I can and pay. But, it's crazy, though. When I tell people about paying, people are receptive to it. You know what I mean? So, but it's been crazy, man. It's nonstop every single day. But it's good trouble. You know what I mean? Like, it's a good problem. It's a good problem, and again, it's going to a great cause, man. It's bigger than me, and my kids are happy that I'm doing it. My family's happy that I'm doing it. A lot of people pitching and helping. A lot of people. So I got a lot of people to thank, man. But it's good. It's like the train is rolling. Let's do it. I want to see everybody have fun. Everybody has smiles on their faces. I just want to see dudes just let their hair down and have fun.
Right.
Because I know, especially with college coaches, man, you You lose touch with friends when you're in the trenches, when you're in season. Everybody doing their own thing. Everybody in the grind. Everybody, it's like decompress, man. Decompress Thursday. Let's rock and roll. And then the next week, back out on the road again. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's moving fast. It's coming fast. So Thursday, man, let's just have fun. Again, it's for a good cause, man. Let your head on and just wild out, man. And then we'll get back to normal Friday.
No doubt. No doubt. Well said. So, of course, you played at Tulane, grew up there. Your career has had so many accomplishments, man. I'm gonna touch on this real quick. So, obviously, we talked about beating Duke when they were number one at Cameron Indoor when you're going through beating Kansas. So you beat Kansas, you beat Duke during your time at Stephen F. You beat LSU, you beat Baylor. You had a stint at OU with Coach Kruger. You had a stint at Oral Roberts. You signed a lot of conference difference makers, all conference players, all-time leading scorer, Stephen F. Austin, production level. I think even when I coached against you, I didn't coach against you when you were at ORU, but we became friends.
You did.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You was at ACU.
I was at Abilene. You're right. You're right. And then we were in the same league again when I was at Lamar, and so we got to see each other quite a bit. And I think the biggest thing that people will associate with Wade is like the relationships, but also the production level. You know what I mean? There was a respect for, all right, well, if Wade's going to be involved in this, like, you're probably not going to win it, or you're going to have to really give your best effort. You know what I mean? That's a respect level. 2 championships, of course, went to the NCAA tournament. The 1 year got stopped with COVID. You were a part of this championship team this year at Stephen F., even though you were at Georgia, because you recruited a lot, had a hand in recruiting a lot of those guys. So call it what it is. What is some of the things you're proud of that you've been able to accomplish so far in your career?
Man, you know what? This might sound crazy, but the wins and losses don't really matter to me. It's about the lives you can impact, and the most fulfilling thing for me, I just had a lot of calls, but I had one in September from a former player, Stephen F. Austin, and he called. He's like, "Coach, man, I just want to call and tell you that you were right. Everything you told me was right. The grass is not greener." And he just apologized for everything. And I was like, "Hey man, like, keep your head up and keep it moving. You know what I mean? Just keep your head up, keep it moving, keep fighting. Basketball is big, it's bigger than basketball. Life is a game too. You got to score. You versus life. And always keep that in the back of your mind." So for me, man, to get those type phone calls from former players, GAs at Oral Roberts still hit me. GAs from Oklahoma still hit me. Like for me, that's the biggest thing, man. I mean, you can't win them all. You won't lose them all unless you're just god awful. But it's much bigger than that, man. Because one thing for me, I pride myself on is I will never forget how it was to be a player. And I had coaches that was hard on me, but they all loved me. I can't say I've ever had one coach that was a bad person. You know what I mean? So I pride myself on never being that guy. You know what I mean? And secondly, make sure you impact these kids, man. I mean, I and it's several parents, man, but I didn't have somewhere parents call me, tell me to take a kid, call keys. I didn't mind doing it. Probably everybody on Georgia's team, majority of them parents have called me. You know what I mean? So that's the thing for me that's most fulfilling and bigger than the wins and losses, because no matter what, man, no matter what walk of life, no matter what continent you on, real go always recognize real.
Yep.
Always. And when you visit with those parents for the very first time, no matter what setting it is, home visit, official visit, whatever the case may be, they know who's real and who's not.
Right.
They know who they can entrust their kids in and who they can't. And for those parents of my former players to still reach out to me, for parents of the players at Georgia to reach out to me, and I ain't recruit none of them. Like, let's understand something. I got there in June.
Right.
I got there in June. Their roster was already set. So for those parents to reach out to me, that speaks volumes to me, man. Like that's way bigger than wins and losses, because and you're not only impacting those kids' lives, but those parents understand that you're doing right by their kids.
For sure.
So for me, that's what it's about, man. I don't get caught up in wins and losses. If I got caught up in wins and losses, I have ulcers, man. You know what I mean? I can't do that. It's not about wins and losses. I wanna treat these young men I'm coaching every day and being around every day like I want somebody to treat mine. You know what I mean? Because my daughter and my son not built like me.
Right.
They didn't grow up in a project. Neither one of them ever had a fist fight unless it's been with each other. You know what I mean? So I'm not really comfortable saying they can defend themselves or they know how to deal with a person doing them wrong in that setting. So for me, I can't do that. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna sit around and watch that also. So for me, man, that's the biggest thing for me. That's much, much more fulfilling than winning and losing. I want to make sure those young men have the tools to move on from the institution and become fathers, husbands, and also get your degree, man. Like I'm never gonna let you. I'm none of them. Like none of them. I think I go. I didn't got on more kids about grades than making a miss in the shot. You know what I mean? It's one at Georgia right now, man. I love him to death, and I can't wait. I cannot wait till these grades come out. I can't wait till these grades come out because he made a promise to his parents that he would get a 4.0. So I'm waiting for that one. He gonna get more smoke from me than his parents. But that's the memories to me because it's memories I have.
Right.
You know, the wins and losses, you remember them, but I remember the relationships and coaches that did right by me. We played Memphis this year. My JV coach from high school came to the game.
Wow.
Man, that's the kind of memories for me. So I want to leave those memories with guys I'm coaching, man, because in reality, there's some bad memories too.
Right.
Let's call it what it is. There's some bad memories. I know a bunch of dudes that hate dudes they play for, literally hate them. And I never want to be that guy. Like I want to be the guy that they can call me back and say, Coach, thank you. Or I want to be the guy that they call me back and say, damn, Coach, you told me so. You know what I mean? That's what I want to be.
Right. Yeah, no, that's great stuff. And I can attest to that from my time, obviously coaching against you and knowing you as a teammate in this business and a brother. We all deal with this part of the business, which I'm curious to know what your take on this would be. But we deal with the narratives and the misconceptions, and we don't always get a chance to let people know, like, this is what I would want people to know about me, beside what maybe they may have heard that haven't met me. So I would say to you, what would you want people to know truly about you and who you are and what you do in this craft, other than what you just said, that you would want people to know about Wade Mason and the name?
You know what, man? It's funny, man. Like I can't speak on other walks of life, but college basketball is funny. It's different, boy. You have people have narratives about dudes that they don't know. Like they don't never broke bread with them, never had a conversation with them, don't know them besides passing and seeing them, and you don't know them. And it's so many dudes, man, that I work with. Dudes ask me, man, how was such and such? I heard he was crazy, and I'm like, what? Dude, awesome, man. Like, what? Dude's the best, you know what I mean? But I guess it's just the business. I guess that's just what it is.
Right.
And sadly, it's like that because me personally, I've had opinions about dudes that I didn't know. You know what I mean? And I hate to admit that because I never want to be that dude, never. But it is what it is, man. Guys gossip in this thing. You hear it. A lot of people develop perceptions of dudes because they hear it. And a bunch of dudes in this business, man, I think they're crazy and never even probably saw them face to face.
Right.
And I don't want to be that guy. That's something that I fight. But that's all part of it, man. It is what it is. But man, don't speak on the man if you don't know him. You know what I mean? Like that's how I was raised, man. Don't speak on the man. Period. You know what I mean? But
right.
There's so many dudes in this business, man, that speak on guys and don't know them. You got dudes that, me for instance, they got dudes that don't know I have kids, bro. They got dudes that don't know my daughter have sickle cell. They got dudes that asked me why I went back and why I took the Georgia job. Man, you stupid. Why you take that? Man, my kids in Atlanta. But that's dudes not knowing. That's dudes just talking. You know what I mean? So get to know people, man. Sit down, don't just walk by a guy because he got on a mid-major polo, D2 polo. He a man. Respect him. You know what I mean? Like for me, the respect level changed when I went from Oral Roberts, Stephen up to Georgia. You know what I mean? I ain't had to recruit dudes. Dudes were recruiting me. Right. You know what I mean? I had dudes calling me area codes. I don't even know. I don't know area codes like that. I don't know how he even got my number. But the respect factor and all that stuff changes based on a label, and I'm not with that. I'm totally against that. And that's another thing for me, man. With this party, man, everybody telling me, "Oh, it's exclusive. It's exclusive." I ain't nothing exclusive with me. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be no have and have nots. We all gonna have Thursday night. You know what I mean? The dudes that think they big wigs getting in, and then the dudes who ain't who small on the totem pole getting in too. You know what I mean? Right. We all go ball like we rich. It ain't gonna be no rich over here, poor over here. It ain't gonna be that. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. So just the narrative in this business, man, is crazy. I wish we can get past that. At the end of the day, it's about the kids, man. Do right by the kids and forget how you might feel about an adult. Don't get caught up in the wins or losses, man. Do right by these kids because a lot of people forget and a lot of guys need to be reminded of this, but it wouldn't be no us without them.
No question.
And as long as you remember that, and some people you might need to tell yourself that daily, write it on your bathroom mirror before you go to work in the morning, and then you'll treat, that way you can kind of, give yourself a kick in the butt where you're forced to treat people right, but there would be no us without them. And as long as guys remember that, be a better place, better business, man.
No question. Well said, man. Well said. And I would say, yeah, for people that don't know too, I mean, like you said, father in the trenches with your kids, love your kids. You've talked about multiple stories. Even though your son wasn't necessarily bad luck, but playing ball with him might have been bad luck. You might need to stay away from. He might need to play. He might need to play ball with somebody else for right now.
Tell you, man, dude Janky. The 2 times I get the call from the doctor, man, what this do, man? So it make me reevaluate things.
Right, no doubt. I love it. Yeah. So, great dude, hard worker, cares about this craft. Somebody who gets a lot of stuff done in recruiting, builds relationship, has respect. So, and can coach on the floor. I think that's the part people also kind of forget and may not even know too. Like, does a tremendous job and will be a valuable asset whenever that time comes, wherever your next stop is. So, wanted to talk about
and I want to address that, man. Like, I've been lucky, B. Like, I've been lucky and I've been blessed. Like, when the dudes say coach on the floor, I've been lucky, man. I've been fortunate because a lot of guys in this business, they muted. They muted. They don't have an opinion. They can't say a word. They muted. Just shut up. You know what I mean? Like, be seen and not heard. And Scott Sutton, this dude gave me the clipboard in my first year with him.
Right.
Him and Sean Sutton. Kyan Brown also. That's family for life. But Scott gave me the clipboard, man, in my first year. In the timeout. Come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? You think you're ready for those moments.
Right.
Until they hand you the clipboard and the popcorn's popping and you smell that nacho cheese and then you see you ain't really who you thought you were. But the dude gave me the clipboard, man, my first year in this business. Kyle Keller, same thing, like adjustments, this, and Tom Crean, same way. I tell Coach Crean this, tell Coach Crean that. You do it in practice, you do this, put this play in. And I've been lucky, I've been fortunate, man, because there's so many dudes in this business who are muted. They're not allowed to do it, no matter the years of service. You know what I mean? So we all can do it, given opportunity. Look at Shaheen Holloway. You know what I mean? That's my man. I mean, me and Shah go way back, played against each other in the City of Palms Classic. In the summer, he would come down and hang out. He was in some summer camp, something he was doing, but he would come down in the summertime and hang out. I would go pick him up and take him in the hood. But you look at Shah and Dennis Gates and all these guys, man, that's getting opportunities. So everybody can do it. It's just the guys that get opportunities. So I've been fortunate, man. I've been blessed to work for head coaches that allowed me to be a part of strategizing. You know
Right.
what I mean? As opposed to some dudes, man, where I'm telling you, man, they muted. And I hate it for those guys, and I wish that'd change also. But I've been fortunate, man. I've been lucky.
No, no doubt, no doubt. That all those opportunities matter, and then making the most of them, because then you go to the next place, and the
Yep.
coach that you work for can say he did this for me,
Yep.
he's this and that. So yeah, no doubt
Exactly.
about it. And especially as minorities, we don't always get that chance. Sometimes our role is to be on the road, recruit, manage the
That's
dudes,
it.
and go get the next ones. You
That's
know what I
it.
mean?
So dudes not even at practice. You know what I mean? Like, it's
No
crazy.
doubt. Yeah, it's part of it. Yeah. So tell us this funny story and at least 2 eating spots in New Orleans before we go, and then I'll give you the floor for the last words. Anything you want to say?
Man, you know what, man? It's so crazy. My man B hit me today from Alabama, University of Alabama, about an eating spot. But I'm from there, man. You know what I mean? So I go in the hood, I go to the gas station. You know what I mean? But as far as everybody that's coming in town, everybody want to venture out. Everybody, 2 spots, man, off the top of my head. Outside the Dragos, where everybody go be.
Right.
Katie's is really, really, really good. Spot called Katie's, and then
What kind
another spot,
of food is that, Katie's? Wait.
seafood.
Okay.
So another spot, Katie's is a good spot, and then another spot. So Katie's is off the pad. If you want to get out of the Final Four atmosphere, that area, Katie's, and then if you want to do the French Quarter thing, there's a spot, Deanie's. So those 2 are good spots, man. Off the pad is Katie's. If you want to be right there in that area, walking distance, Deanie's. But again, man, you have everything. You have Acme, you have Drago, you have it's everything, man. My go-to, honestly, when I'm down there, is in the casino. That's the
Okay.
best kept secret, man. The best kept secret, man. So I mean, of course, guys been wearing me out about that. I don't want to be the party has went from party to tour guide. I'm trying to get away from that. I ain't trying to do that.
No
I ain't trying
doubt.
to do that. Yeah.
What about a funny story, man? Funny story about your time in New Orleans, either growing up or at Tulane when you were playing. Give us at least one funny story. Maybe it's on Bourbon Street. Give us at least one era appropriate funny story, and then we'll give you last word and let you roll.
Man, you know what? In culmination with the Final Four, man. Who was playing? Michigan. Yeah. Michigan was playing down there. Michigan was playing, and of course, it was the year when C. Webb called the timeout, right? Or wasn't it New Orleans? Yeah, it was in New Orleans, right?
I'm not sure where it was.
I think that it was in New Orleans. I know for sure. I remember him walking through the tunnel. So my cousin, man, C. Webb's family, man, C. Webb, Jawan, that's family. Those guys actually played with the Washington Bullets with my cousin. So that's family. Man. I would hang with them dudes, and a lot of Essence Fest, a lot of NBA Players Association party, All-Star weekends. I didn't did it all with them dudes. But man, we out, man. I never forget an Essence Fest, man. And I'm the type of dude when all little dudes come in town, I bring all my boys. You know, like I'm bringing
Right.
everybody from the
Right.
hood. Like, man, come hang out. We hanging out. So, Jawan, Chris, Howard Isley, Vashawn Leonard, Jay Rose, like we all hanging out, man, and we in the club. One of my boys, man, idiot. He run up to Chris and was like, "Time out, like time out." And
what?
so yeah, man. So C. Webb start laughing. So I'm hot. I'm like, yo, man, like, what you doing? He was like, man, I'm poor, man. I'm at the project. Man. I was trying to make it hit me so I can get paid. I'm like, oh, like, you know what, man? Some dudes I can't bring around, man. Like, come on, man.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Man, appreciate having you, man. This has been great.
Nah, I
Glad
appreciate it,
people
dog.
get a chance to get behind the scenes. And yeah, we'll just give you the floor. Any last words you want people to know about the party, about yourself, or whatever it may be.
Nah, man. Again, man, you appreciate what you're doing, man. Appreciate this platform. Again, I want everybody to come out, man, have a good time. I'm not asking for anything. Just come out and enjoy yourself. Again, I apologize that I can't give everybody passes, that I can't let everybody in free. But just understand that it's bigger than me. It's bigger than you.
Right.
It has a purpose behind it. $20, man. Pay those $20, and when you come in, I'll return the favor by buying you a drink for $20. Just return the favor, man. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Let's all have a good time, man. Everybody be safe. And can't wait to see everybody, man. Can't wait. This is the time where you get a chance to see all your friends in the business that you don't necessarily see. You know what I mean? Unless you happen to watch their games, and they're still not like being in their company. So I can't wait to see all my boys and the wives, and I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope, man. It's cool of you to do it. Love the initiative, leadership. I mean, again, doing it at a high level. So it's gonna be a legendary thing, man. People are gonna be talking about this thing for a long time, and I'm excited to see you get the key to the city too. Now they're not ready for that, getting the key to the city. That ain't something everybody gets to have.
Oh man, that ain't my thing. You know what I want to know, man? Like how many doors that key open? You know I want to know. Nah, but it's all good though.
Oh man.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's gonna be a great one, man. Looking forward to it. Appreciate you putting on this great event, and we look forward to seeing people there, man. And definitely spread the word. Going for a great cause. Proceeds go to cancer. And Wade Macy, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best, man.